Thank you, Bert. Well, it's a beautiful day. A beautiful day in West Virginia, a beautiful day in Nitro, a beautiful, beautiful day. Now, let me just tell you just this. You know me, I take things on head on. I always have. I got to tell you this, that these folks across the road, you know, just think about this just for a second. They have every right to express themselves in freedom of speech, and we welcome it, do we not? But I want to tell you just this. The ringleader over there tried every way in the world to defeat the Roads to Prosperity bond referendum. Tried every way in the world to defeat it. And if he'd tell the truth, he campaigned, he did everything in the world to defeat it. We wouldn't be here today if you hadn't overridden his crazy wishes. Now, he doesn't really deserve recognition, but he tried every way under the sun to defeat it. Now, in doing so, he claimed that it would raise your taxes beyond belief and do things like that. I said it wouldn't raise your taxes a dime, and it hadn't. Today we're here announcing a project that's really going to help you and help this community, and it's done by the great work of the mayor, our great Senator Glenn. You know, and I say Glenn because I always call Glenn by his first name, and I expect him to call me by mine. But I am telling you, this community deserved what you did. You did in getting out and voting in a positive way, and off we went in West Virginia. If we had not passed the Roads to Prosperity, West Virginia would have probably never seen the surpluses that we see today. We would have never seen the pay raises for our teachers, the help for our vets, all the roads that we have fixed all over Kingdom Come, all the goodness that we've done. So I tell you just this, I could never be more proud. Right out there, we're putting in a gigantic new bridge. Right here, we're doing paving right in your back door. And absolutely, we're on our way to continue more and more and more goodness for West Virginia. So just keep it up, stay the course, love your communities, and love West Virginia. You know, I never wanted a thing. I still don't want a thing. All I want is just absolutely one thing, and that is just goodness for West Virginia. So I'm happy that people can express their freedom of speech, but the truth needs to be told. The truth needs to be told, and that's all there is to it. I stood rock solid, went all over the state trying to get our Roads to Prosperity passed. It passed by 73% of the vote. When really and truly you had the naysayers that were out in the wilderness and everything coming up with the craziest stuff in the universe. But look what's happened, and goodness is on our way. So God bless each and every one of you. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, wonderful to see you, Slim. What brings you here with a whole bunch of these folks?
Well, we heard that Governor Justice was going to be out here talking about his Roads to Prosperity program, and I believe it's about 2 miles of road that's going to be fixed with it. If you remember, we went into debt billions of dollars to amend the Constitution to allow for the issue of a bond, the issue of bonds to raise billions of dollars, which of course our grandkids will have to pay back, so that we can fix little sections of road, patch little sections of road. Now we've got roads, like I was down at Allen Creek the other day, we got a road down there that's falling into the Coal River. I drove down this road, and we got school buses going down that road every day. I mean, that's nuts. I was in Mingo County the other day. There's a road on the side of a mountain. You got a landslide coming down from one side, right? So there's less than one lane left. You got to scoot out right on the lip, almost fall down the hill to get around it. It's been there 12 years. 12 years, right? 12 years. So the guy's been in office almost 4 years now. He takes us into debt billions of dollars on this road bond initiative, and then we get almost nothing done. And what we are getting done, it really appears, and I've actually heard from some people who know what they're talking about, that what's going on is they're going around the state and they're doing little jobs here and there and putting up their signs, roads to prosperity, so we all feel like he's getting something done. The fact of the matter is, we put our grandkids billions of dollars into debt to get almost nothing done. I'd like to know where the money is. I'd like to know what work's getting done. I'd like to know what the plan is to get the work done. I'd like to know why he waits until a few weeks before the general election to come out here and talk about how he's fixing the road. So I came out here. Basically, all I did was I put a note on Facebook, said, "Hey guys, I'm going to go out and see the governor, hear what he has to say." And all these guys showed up. I only put the note out, I guess, about an hour before we got here. I just said, "Hey, it is. I mean, these are great people. They're very engaged." You know, I just put the note out and said, "Hey, about an hour from now, I'm going to go listen to the governor speak." I got here and these guys were already here with their signs waving at traffic as they went by. I listened to the governor, and Roy, he's talking about me. I mean, literally talking about me. He talks about all of us first. He starts off, he says, "All these people over here across the road with their crazy ideas." West Virginia citizens who are engaged in the process, his constituents, the people he works for, his employers. He says, all them people across the road with their crazy ideas. And then he starts talking about me. He says, "There's that one fellow over there who was all against the road bond initiative, the Roads to Prosperity initiative." And all that's accurate. And then he goes on and he says, if he had his way, you wouldn't be getting your road out here fixed. Now that's a flat out lie. If I had my way, we would have a plan in place. We would actually be moving forward. We would actually be prioritizing road projects, not based on how it makes me look good so I can get reelected, but based on, first of all, which ones are unsafe. Number one, let's make all the roads safe. And then which ones are navigable, and then which ones are, you know, it just in need of repair. Not only that, Roy, but, you know, based on my experience and training in the Army, I would actually start doing projected maintenance, start projecting out what maintenance needs to be done on what roads, build an entire system of projected maintenance so that we can start doing preventive maintenance on our roads so that they don't ever get in this condition. And if
I remember you were one of the legislators that helped build that balanced budget to prioritize the roads.
I was honored. I was honored just to be able to make coffee for the guys who were working on that, and I learned a lot from that process. But I tell you what, you know, I know how to set up a strategic program, how to do the strategic analysis, figure out where the critical elements are, address those critical elements, and then back up and actually build out a system that's projecting forward so that we're never caught off guard. So that we're always prepared and we're always doing preventive maintenance on our roads. And I know how to make that happen.
That's part of a good plan for a military officer.
Well, you know, I was a planner for 15 years. So he comes out here and he starts maligning me in front of all these people. I didn't say a word about him. We just stood over here and we had our signs up, and people went by and waved and blew their horns. And he says, "This guy over here, if it was up to him, you wouldn't even have your road repaired." And I just feel like I have a right to correct the record on that. That's false. Not only would you have this road repaired, but the roads out there in Alum Creek, the roads in Mingo County that are falling off the mountain that have landslides on top of them, would have been cleared a long time ago. As a matter of fact, had I been in office for 3 years, they wouldn't be in the shape they're in right now. Anyway, thanks for putting up with me.
I believe you.
Thanks.
So I know I'm going to vote for you, but how will people find out about you?
Well,
and,
I mean,
how can they get you in office?
I'll get your card in a second. It's got our website. There we go. Thank you. It's got our website address up. You see right there. MarshallForWV.com. You go there. That'll give you a link to our. Down at the bottom of the homepage, there's a link to our Facebook, to our YouTube, all that kind of stuff. You can find out everything you want to see. I've got some videos where I've published where I stand on most issues. But really, what it comes down to is, I believe the government exists for no reason other than to uphold and defend your individual natural rights. If it doesn't do that, it's an invalid government that must be changed. If it does anything besides that, it's an oppressive government. My God, it needs to be changed. So we need to change this government. Give me the chance. I'll do this. Okay. Look us up at MarshallForWV.com. And of course, I'm a write-in candidate. So when you go in to vote in the polls, what you're going to have to do, it'd be helpful if you had one of these cards that wrote the name down so you can remember it the right way. But you go in.
Put that in my pocket.
Thank you. Yeah, hang on to that, please. So you go in, you're at the voting machine, and it's going to have the gubernatorial candidates who are listed on the ballot. You skip right over them. You go right down to where there's a tick mark that says write-in. You click on that, and a keyboard will pop up on the screen, and you can just type in my name, S. Marshall with 2 L's, Wilson. And I appreciate you, brother.
Hey,
Very
I
much.
can't wait to write your name in, Governor.
Thank you. I appreciate
care.
it. I'm honored. Thank you very much.
You have a great day, man. Good to see all of you.